Okay. 16 by 20 black gesso. Well, it's kind of a gray gesso, dark gray gesso background. And we're just going to paint it, see what happens. Like that. And this. That's nice. Okay. So, that's nice. Okay. I don't know, I might take this video, I haven't decided yet. I might put just an audio, like me talking like you're hearing right now, but like a little right, something like that. Like exactly like that. I wish I could do that. That would be awesome. Hey buddy, I need this sound. Boom 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 boom. And then put that over music or over the video. Right? Yeah, you don't care. To the 12 people, to the 4 people watching my video worldwide, do you want anything from the store? Oh man. I love and hate TikTok and Instagram. Okay, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm sure that if you're watching this and you're a painter or an artist of some kind, of like at all trying to do anything with your work, you probably know what I'm talking about. Instagram seems a little bit more restrained, and TikTok is quite the adventure. You know, I followed Mr. Ben Shapiro's website, The Daily Wire, and now all I get is left-wing or right-wing TikTok. And I don't know if I really like right-wing TikTok. There's some, I keep wanting to see more art TikTok, but I guess that's not really a thing as much. It's just people complaining about the politics of the day. I guess isn't that what all social media is? Anyways, there's a lot of stuff that you come to realize you didn't know about. And I thought I knew a lot of stuff, right? It's fun when you get the internet and people talking. I mean, me, I guess could say something random, and that's the thing that I'm talking about right now. Some random thing about cheeseburgers. Right? You like cheeseburgers? I like cheeseburgers. Why don't you comment what kind of cheeseburgers do you like? Like do you like a double? Do you like bacon? What kind of condiments do you like to put on your cheeseburgers, right? It's the cheeseburger stream, guys. Let's go. You ever watch that what is it? The Burger Scholar, George Motes? And I didn't know there were that many cheeseburgers. You know, growing up in my house, it was meat and cheese and meat and bread and ketchup and mustard. And then I come to find there's this entire plethora of cheeseburgers that exist throughout the world, let alone the United States, let alone each state. And it's kind of a fun little, I mean, it's just like the regional things. You know, you will get artists, regional things, right? Regional things. You see artists that have, you know, maybe they're from the Southwest. Like, there's a style that seems to come out of that environment. You know, the colors of the, you know, like, I know it's Moab, Utah isn't really the Southwest. Maybe it is. Yeah, Utah, kind of. You know, Arizona, those kind of places, and those really reds and those sandy colors that exist there, and those are That's the palette that some of these people paint with. It's 'cause that's what they see. You live, like you grew up in the Seattle that people from Seattle want you to think Seattle is, where it's rainy all the time. It's not, but they want you to believe that. Now it's just Seattle is kind of a town that's getting out of control for other reasons. But, you might paint a lot more darker things. Like if all you see is darkness, that's all you're going to paint. And, again, there's nothing wrong with that. If all you see is darkness, maybe it's good to get that out of your system. I mean, isn't that one of the fun parts of this craft called art? Is you getting your feelings out onto a canvas. Some people do better than others at getting a direct message. Like some people paint, mountains. I've been seeing some people that like have their canvas up, and then a picture of the canvas and what they painted, and the canvas fits right in. Like they painted a perfect, rendition, and it's a canvas. I always find that one, the super hyper realistic paintings that people do, like I did not even think that was possible. I had a teacher, I took a drawing class in college, and he had this painting that he did that it was like of a light bulb, but it was one of those like round, like a ball round ones. And it was clear, and you could see all of, like, it was the reflection, you saw it all, like the glass was super realistic. And I was just like, how the heck did he do that? And I mean, this is the same glass. Not really. But it's amazing what people do. And that's the fun part. It's that every person has a slightly different interpretation of the world, and it comes out. There's this one person on Instagram, something cats, NAD cats, NAD cats, I think. I might be wrong on that. But it's like an _ KATZ, and he's got this really interesting perspective. I just really like it. It's got this weight to it. I don't know how to put it. But I'm sure you know what I mean. You will see work, and it just has this weight to it. And you can tell, like, some of the images, it's very abstract, but it's like impressionism, abstract, and it's kind of got this very dark feel, like curious. Like that's one of those people, it'd be fun to go have coffee and talk about life. Like, I want to know where the artwork comes from. What is that? Where does that darkness come from? And then I saw another one he had just did the other day, and it was like this. It was a totally different palette, like this very light colorfulness. It's weird, But that's us. That's us as we see things differently. There was this one person, and I don't remember their name, but they have like, they're all the same kind of painting, like the same. There's like these characters that you only really see as a blur, and it's this really, like, they have this real loneliness to them. And like I was going through what she has, and like she's got tons and tons and tons of paintings. It's not like 5 or 6 that have that look. It's like 50 or 100 or more, like enough to fill a gallery. And then it's like, I want to know where that comes from. You know, to be able to sit with Pablo Picasso and understand where the blue period comes from. Where does Cubism come from? How did you see that? I know that was something that I had heard about Salvador Dali, is that he would fall asleep, like he would sit in a chair where he would have like a knife in his hand, like a butter knife, and then a bunch of like dishes and stuff like right below it, like silverware, like a platter. And he would sit there until he would just hit that I'm falling asleep part. And it would wake him up as he just is in that space where your brain is really just starting to go into the sleep state, and it would wake him up. And then that was, that's where those melting clocks came from. That's what he was seeing. Are you an artist? Do you have a YouTube channel? Leave a comment. I'd like to see what you're doing. I'd like to find out what your vision is. That's fun. I might subscribe to your channel and watch your paintings. Realistically, if you probably linked an art channel, I probably would subscribe. I subscribe to way too many people. I guess that's the part. It's like, I want you all to subscribe to my channel, and I would totally subscribe to yours. But I just am a sieve. I don't know if that's the right word. I'm a sponge for information. I just like to see what everybody is doing. Whether it's painting or talking about politics or pulling Matt's off-road recovery, pulling stuck cars out of Sand Hollow, or I don't know, there's that mega builds where all they do is just channel the people that build these things. The one I really like is the world's most dangerous roads. And it's like these places where they're driving these huge buses. I was in Panama once, and we never did take the trip up to the other little town that was over away from us. But it was one of those. My aunt was scared because it's one of those buses where you're like hanging off the side or riding on the top. And it's on like one side's a cliff and the other side's a mountain. And it's like, why? That sounds like fun. But yeah, there's just insane things of these people. It's like, yeah, this is my day to day. And it's like, you couldn't get away with that in this country. Holy cow, they think you're an insane person. You're not supposed to drive on those roads. And they're like, this is my day. This is how I get through everything. This is how I do life. And it's awesome. I don't know. There's all sorts of things. There's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful amounts of information that exist out there in this world. And it's just all fun to kind of just take it all in. I've seen my fair share of way too many things that I probably shouldn't, but don't care because I wanted to. You can never unsee what you have seen. Many of you will understand because you've seen the things you wish you could unsee. But again, it all is what is up here is the things that I saw once, and they ended up on a canvas. And it's not really that this was the thing I saw either. It's just, it all is the things. The things that traumatize us is still the things that we see or paint or do. Imagine that person that has those very lonely paintings, was a very lonely person and isn't a lonely person anymore, and that was their way to get out, is to just tell that story through their artwork. Sorry. Oh, and there's the train. Wonder how much you hear that. Probably a lot. It's pretty loud. Do something with this red. That's not a good place for that microphone, is it? I'm going to try to figure out a better microphone setup. So, this is, yeah, it's loud. At one point about this. So, what do you think? What do you think of this? Why don't you comment? Why don't you leave a comment after you hit the subscribe and like button? I would really very much appreciate it. Especially if you've made it this far, you should very much hit the subscribe button and at least like the video, because that would be nice. If I had made it this far in your video, I would totally hit your subscribe button. I know. You gotta ask. Okay, so we're gonna call this thing Black Eyes. Black eyes. Black eyes. Black eyes. So, go out there and be the change you want to see in the world, and have a fantastic day.